Live on tape from his parents' basement in beautiful Ballard, Washington, it's the Max Nelson Program.
All right. First of all, I want to apologize for what happened last week. Once again, the interview cut off early. I didn't get the full interview. But Fluency, he was great. And Fluency is an EDM artist. And EDM, ED Max, is also what the ladies call me. No, I'm kidding. The ladies don't call me. But we have the wonderful Brendan Hickey on the show tonight, and I got nothing else prepared, so let's go talk to him. Before we talk to him, though, he's going to play a little song for us. Do your thing, Brendan.
James, I got it at the ATM. I have plans, but I think I'm gonna sleep instead. Eyes closed, the word is calling out to me. Rather pull the covers up, watch myself through sleep movies. Got history and all the things directly lead to me. And what we want to be like, lining up with our rhythm, up with our tip. Coming records of a semi-daily dose of swallow tongue. Some days don't wanna get shit made. That would surprise me as a young lad. I'm back when I scarfed down Tic Tacs. And when I had myself a movies on my janky Mac laptop, I'm working my ass off. Dream that I once had. You work hard sometimes you still feel bad. Math, and science isn't listening. What was that you said again? I'm terrible at listening. I've always been worse at science than the other kids. I'm slightly less intelligent than household appliances. And when it comes to that, and when it comes to this, my movies on shuffle are really miss. It's my business. I'm doing bits of written skits. The visit with the top kids who don't do shit. Despite the misses dropping it after hit my current grades of B-. Mr. Schmitz, I know I'm not like you. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So here's to you. Ooh, whoa. And what am I gonna do with all these broken plans? Go back to 6th grade and that was my fun phase. And way before stressed out, I read things a different way. Lounging on a kick out to round around a cul-de-sac. When I told my mama that she nearly had a heart attack. Now I wanna be like Batman and Bruce Price like Batman and Bruce Price like Bruce and Grand and me hand in hand. I talk about an old school legacy of real handmade. Every time I see Fist of Fury, I'm like Tamino. I'm not like you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So here's to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And what am I gonna do with all these broken things? Da 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 Thank you, man.
Well, that was the Max Nelson Program's first musical performance.
You had a little clip of the first guy. You had some of his rap, but this is the first.
Yes, this is the first on the air live performance, and I'm glad it was you, and I'm glad it was that.
Thanks,
that
man.
was wonderful.
Yeah, I like that. That's of the songs we do with the band.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one where I'm like, I think that sounds better acoustically.
Okay.
You were at the show last night.
I
What do
was
you think?
at the show.
Do you remember the
last
performance
night.
of that live?
Yes, I
Okay.
remember. Yeah, so you're more. What would you say your genre is? It's a
The
rock
band?
band.
It's kind of, yeah, it's rock, but it's got like influence, like surf, kind of like fuzz pop is how we usually describe
Fuzz
it.
pop,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of like, you know, like fuzzy type of music, but it's not necessarily punk. It's too, you know, it's too
pop
sweet.
for punk?
Yeah, it's too, yeah. So yeah, I'd say fuzz pop would be kind of our definition.
Okay, and the band's name is Garden Party.
Garden Party.
Would that be named after the Ricky Nelson song,
There's
Garden
a Ricky Nelson song called Garden Party.
Oh,
I was
my
wondering.
goodness, yeah.
So you said you had these for me. I was wondering what the Ricky Nelson connection was. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
so
get the-
he has a song called Garden Party. This
Garden
is just
Party.
a greatest hits,
right.
but it's on
And would
here.
you say it's one of his greatest of the Ricky
It's-
Nelson catalog?
It's my favorite, I'd say, but it's about when he performed at Madison Square Garden.
Gotcha.
There was kind of there's a lot of artists there.
Okay.
And he wasn't the young poppy kid he was anymore. He was a grown man.
Right.
And it's just about people just wanted to hear his old stuff that they already knew,
Yeah.
but he had already played that stuff,
Right.
and he was on to different stuff.
Have you seen Rocket Man yet?
No, I've not seen
So that
it.
was what I always respected about Elton John, and I love that movie, and I relate so much to Elton John.
Uh-huh.
Is he was like totally a person where this is probably one of the only people I know, him and like Bowie and a couple others, were like really famous, popular musicians who were still like cranking out hits in the late 90s. Like
Yes.
there are as many, they're totally different sounds, but Elton John never stopped making amazing popular music. And I don't know, maybe it's because I really related to him, but I really enjoyed the film. You know, I also am balding. You know, I also am a musician, and the way, even way he talks about being behind a piano,
Mhm.
kind of being restrictive, that's how I feel being behind the drum set. Kind of the need to dress extravagantly to compensate for that. You know,
For being in the background.
right, for kind of, you know, you can't really move around.
But it seemed like you're the lead singer, though.
yeah, no, that's true.
The other two sang as well,
Mhm.
but I think it's cool that you're all the way in the back. The two guys are up on front on bass and guitar, but you get to shine through because you sing the
Right.
songs.
Well, it's very few people who are drummer singers, and that's why. I mean, it's like you know, you could start a pretty exclusive club. It's, you know, Karen Carpenter from the Carpenters,
Mhm.
Anderson .Paak, you know, the band?
Yeah.
Called The Band? That, they have a singer-drummer, you know.
Who Bob Dylan toured with, right?
Right, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but that
Oh.
would make sense.
Maybe I'm wrong about
I
that,
don't
but
know.
it was Bob Dylan and the band
Okay,
would
yeah,
go
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I think they still do. I'm not sure if...
yeah.
whatever.
Who's the one guy who's like a big 80s guy who people always make fun of, who was a drummer singer? Oh, this is gonna bug me so much. But he's like very popular. He's like, they make fun of him in Sing Street, I think.
I don't know what
I don't
that
know.
is.
But it's a small list, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to add to that list. I started playing drums first, then guitar and a little bit of bass. But like, I don't know, it's fun. It's kind of, you know, sets us apart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you see that live, you're like, that's a little different. That's a little
Mhm.
interesting.
How long have you been making music for?
Probably, you know, at this point, with other people, or just by myself.
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
I guess.
So I feel like it's terrible because now I'm going off to school, but like, and I finally have a band that's working and getting shows. I've been in bands on and off since freshman year.
Yeah.
The second most successful after this one was a band called Cozy Cow, and we did a bunch of shows kind of end of my sophomore year. And that was another one where there was another guy who was kind of the lead singer, but I would sing songs as well. And Peter, who's my guitarist, was in that band. But yeah, I've been doing this music thing for like, you know, for like 4 years now. It's always definitely been secondary to the film stuff, but it's something that I really enjoy. And it's also something where like, I kind of have this problem where I don't really turn off and I'm always working on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Music is something where no matter how much I have going on musically or like how many shows we have on the horizon, it's not a stressful thing. And as
Yeah.
someone who gets stressed
It's
out
something you can make in your head while you're doing other things.
it's something I legitimately enjoy. You know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
the film thing, I kind of thrive off how anxious it makes me, which is kind of negative when you think about it like
Yeah.
that. But it's like almost like a drug. Like I'm addicted to being like, oh, I have to do this and
Yeah.
this, and people are like, you don't have to do that. You did this for yourself. With music, it's like, it's just always fun. if we're playing it live, if we're playing it in Peter's basement, it's never not fun.
So Peter is in your band.
Yeah.
And you also make movies with Peter.
Yes.
You just released one called
Ringo Finds an Egg.
Ringo Finds... I have no idea why. I have some Beatles records. I don't know why I didn't put one up.
Here's what I was also noticing. You pointed out that it's a Laserdisc.
Yeah.
The last pic. It's a Criterion Collection. So has the Criterion Collection been around, like, for a long time?
Yeah. What I
did not
really
know that.
want is... Well, a Laserdisc player, of
Yeah,
course.
that'd be a dream.
But Lolita by Stanley Kubrick on
Okay.
Criterion Collection Laserdisc.
Why specifically?
Because it's the only... Stanley Kubrick... It's like the only... It's the director's cut.
Okay. Is
And
that
it's
rare he doesn't do
only
the director's cut?
on Laserdisc. The only reason
Oh.
it would be the director's cut is he decided to swap between aspect ratios throughout the movie.
What?
Sometimes it was 1:6:6 to 1, and then
Okay.
other times it was the full frame 35, so 4:3, 1.375, whatever it really is.
Well, what do you think the reason was there? I haven't seen the film. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's like,
Cause for
just think about Christopher Nolan. He does
Right.
that.
Yeah, but that's more for
Just-
like IMAX. You know, that's more for like if he
Yes.
wants it on a bigger screen. I don't think it's a style. For me, when I've done it in the past, it's always been because there's like a narrative reason. You know, like
Well,
in,
I haven't seen it. I need it.
there
I need
could
to
be
get
there
it.
could be a narrative
Yeah.
reason. So Ringo, I'm not sure the exact aspect ratio, but I think it's just 16:9 for most of the movie, and then I think no, maybe that was an earlier cut. I
You have
think
that
it's
ultra
widescreen.
widescreen
Yeah.
in the faux film.
Yes, I wasn't sure if it made it to the final cut, but that was initially in the script, is that we wanted it to be more, you know, cinematic per
Yeah.
se. And also all that Beatles stuff is trying to make fun of like Bohemian Rhapsody and kind of the formulaicness of Beatles biopics. What was really awesome was my grandmother. She watched the film and she thought it was like, she was like, oh, she doesn't really understand that many things.
Yeah.
But she was like, they must have gotten old footage. She actually thought that these were like, not of the Beatles, obviously,
Really?
but like old footage of somebody making a video or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
she thought it was, you know, retro. And somebody else for Northwest High School Film Festival, when we did Blood Cargo, they thought we shot it on 16mm. And
That's really cool.
that was a very cool compliment to me because that's the dream, is shooting on 16.
Yeah.
But it's just so expensive, you know. It's not really feasible at this point in my artistic, you know.
I saw something
Ventures.
recently about if you were gonna rent a top of the line camera,
Yeah.
like a I don't know, an RE, whatever the top of the top is, a red.
Yeah.
And you had, say, you have a 1 month shoot, it's equal, like storage and how much it costs to rent a day, versus how much it is to rent an old film camera
Yeah.
and develop the film.
Yeah, it's also the hassle.
But also that's like $1 million budget thing.
Right. This you're talking like low budget feature. That is
Yes.
like you're talking like some sort of breakout Sundance type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be true, but it's also just like even for a short film, crazy hassle. There are maybe probably on two fingers, less than 10 that I don't know, maybe like
2 fingers?
no on two hands.
You can
that's
count
what
to
I meant.
10 on 2 fingers?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
impressive.
I only have to actually only have 2 fingers. All the others are blown off. No, I
like
don't,
an old shop teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I have 5 root beers?
Right. That's
Or
good.
that would be, can I have 10?
Yeah,
but-
I got you. Same sentiment.
Yes, yes.
Or is it going, more the idea that there's not that many places that it gets processed. You're basically
yes, you
stuck
have to
to
send
like,
it to LA
yeah,
pretty much.
or like
New York
Mexico,
or-
I think is
Really?
another place, which might be cheaper, I'm not sure. But that's always been a dream, is to shoot on 16mm. In the upcoming film, Everything Bagel, we were talking about that because we were like, you know, we auditioned like 50 people, we'd done a ton of stuff on the script, and we're like, this is going to be good, we're determined for it to be like better than stuff in the past.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make something really good, should we like make something really good? In the end, we decided, you know, that if we are gonna do that, and we're not entirely decided, that we might just rent a red or something for a couple day window, just because the hassle of shooting on 16.
Yeah.
Whereas you see something like Mandy, which can kind of make it faux look like it, and it does it pretty convincingly. Yes, there is.
But it's not.
There is a difference, and it's not film, but the amount of hassle that it would be to get that slight difference, and you know, slight is, you know, depending on who you ask, it's slight. Most people would
Yeah.
say it's slight, but you know, people who really like film
Like
say
your
it's major.
grandma, who
Exactly.
Yes.
She would think it's that difference in quality is not worth that extra hassle. But yeah, the upcoming film I'm really excited about. I've just been so busy film-wise and stuff.
Can you tell us anything more? Can
about
I get
Everything
an exclusive
Bagel?
on
Yeah.
Everything Bagel?
So the last couple films, I feel like I've gone in totally the oddball, surreal direction. You know, you had your Ringo, which is like, you know, there's a bit of a plot. It doesn't make sense. Open mic, you know.
Which I was in.
Yes. Brief, well.
But I got cut.
You got cut. Yeah.
What happened there?
So, okay. You want to get into this?
Yeah, I do want to get into it. I thought it would have been a good.
It is a good gag, and you know, but basically what the thing is that people are so into this comedian on stage that these two men who are presumably straight make out, and I think.
Well, I wouldn't think it'd be presumably straight. I thought it was like, oh, they're so happy. They're a couple.
But people might put their own interpretation on that, and I think at this point in Hollywood and in narrative filmmaking, the idea of just having a gay couple there and it just being like, oh, it's kind of funny because it's not the normal, you know.
Yes.
It being there, I think it could have been misinterpreted as it being the joke. Just you know. I don't know. I don't find it offensive. I'm not saying I do.
But you didn't want to give anybody else the wrong idea.
I didn't want to give anybody else the wrong idea, and also I didn't want to perpetuate anything that I think has been a trend in the past.
Like you either it could have been seen as, say, homophobic if it was shown as just a gag, or it could have been, oh, they just put this in here to check that off the list.
Right, and I am gay, so I don't find it, like, homophobic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I didn't want to perpetuate anything that has been a trend in the past in narrative filmmaking. But tangent aside...
Tell me about Everything Bagel.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, I wanted to...
He put his tongue in my mouth!
Did he actually?
Yes, he did.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's on him. That's on you for assuming Elliot would not do that.
Yes, and it was in me. Yeah.
So that might be the reason you're so upset, is because he went for the full on.
Oh yeah.
And you weren't prepared.
No.
No. So I wanted to ground myself in reality. You know, I've been very, you know, the last movie I made that I felt like was a real narrative, like could exist in this real world, was The Midnight Criminals, and that was like 2 years ago at this point. So I was like, I want to make something. Yeah, it can have its surrealist elements, or it can have its, you know, oddball elements, but I wanted to prove that I could still make something that is a bit more in that grounded realm. Have you seen the documentary yet that I released last night?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Did you see the festival also? Did you go to the festival?
No, I did not.
So it was Lawrence's last. It was pretty sad. We did all this like video and stuff. But what did you think of the documentary? Did you enjoy it?
I liked it because I've seen that bus driving around.
Yeah. Pulaski's, he's a fascinating story.
And his paintings are beautiful.
Oh yeah, he is an incredible person, and I've had people since I uploaded it yesterday reach out to me like, do you have this guy's contact info? I want to get a cup of coffee with him. And that's like everybody who meets this guy feels that way. The reason I bring it up, however, is that a big problem for me has been script and has been dialogue in the past. And that's kind of why I moved towards that absurd. So when you take that all out and you just have the stylish stuff, the documentary is pretty good. I can handle that. And I wanted to kind of take that more grounded sensibility into a narrative film, and that's what I'm trying to do with Everything Bagel, is prove that I can make dialogue that actually sounds like real people, maybe. Prove that I can actually get performances that aren't like, you know, a choice. Like Mark's performance in the open mic is a choice. It's wooden because it's supposed to be wooden, but it's also wooden because I don't know how to direct people to make them look natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and I'm really passionate about it. It blends kind of my two loves. It blends music and film. It's about a punk band. Heavy Scott Pilgrim influences.
Okay.
I shoot early August, and that's kind of been my big summer project before I go off to Sarah Lawrence next year, minus all the band stuff.
Well, we tried to put together a big summer project last summer.
Okay, here's the thing though. And that still is happening, right? At some point.
Yes.
Okay, it's got.
So wait, you're shooting in August?
I'm shooting August 5th to August 10th.
Okay, so for this project, I wrote a movie about
5 days.
probably 4 years ago now is when I started it, maybe 5. And 2 summers in a row, I tried to get it done. I couldn't get anything done. I had no idea what I was doing. And I reached out to Brendan after seeing some of his films. I'm like,
How long ago was this, by the way? Is this like a year at this point? Because it doesn't feel that long ago. When you reached out to me. When we had that, like, first coffee
Yeah, probably a
interaction.
little over a year now.
Yeah.
Because we started in, like, August or so.
Right.
Which is way too late to start mid-August for a movie that takes place in the summer.
Yeah.
But...
And Claude was involved and stuff.
Claude was involved.
We shot some stuff. We did. I was outside the roof because I don't know how to drive. So by extension, I was the only person who could be out the sunroof of your car with a camera, holding on, desperately praying it doesn't. So we actually shot some stuff.
We did,
and it looked great.
It looked great.
Yeah,
exactly.
Had a whole cast assembled. Partial cast assembled.
But I do have a full cast now, give or take a couple people.
You know what is interesting about that?
What?
You know who texted me right before this? Because I told him I was going to be on your show, and Peter is a big fan of the Max Nelson program.
Oh, is he?
Peter
really?
Bauer, he was telling me he really enjoys it, and he's like, "Wow, I'm excited to see you on there." And I was like, I forgot that you guys had a connection."
Yes, and I want to say, Peter, if you're a fan, then you're probably watching.
Yeah.
And
this is directly to Peter.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that this is how you're gonna have to find out. I have not officially told you, but your role was recast.
He doesn't know. That's been like a year. I mean, maybe he would assume it at this point. I would hope.
Yes, and I feel bad, but yes, Peter was involved, and he did great. But and I loved you. I had a wonderful time. You can still come. We can still hang out. Maybe I'll just put you in a different role. But I recast your part, and to make it all worse, with myself.
Yeah. So there's that, Peter. So if I had a looser collar, I would be yanking it all the way to the left.
Yeah, I should loosen mine.
Dude, we shot that whole scene with the crane too. I kind of had forgotten that we did that stuff. We did some actual production work on that film.
We did, and this time around, my plan is I don't care anymore. Okay. As long as the shots are there. As long as what's in the script, if what's in the script gets onto the screen, then I'm happy.
It's kind of at
run
this point,
and gun, get it done.
It's kind of almost at this point like you wrote a script 4 years ago. It's gonna haunt you till you die if you don't make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, dude, I'm excited you're doing this show because I feel like you are a person who is like very creative and has stuff to say and has a unique voice. But because of this film, like you haven't made a lot of shorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I think this is great that you're like just going for it, just putting this out there. I think this is very exciting. Also, it's blending the talk show. You know, I like talk shows as much as the next guy, but this is. I remember when I first met you, you showed me like some older talk show, clips, and that's how it used to be. They used to have like one guest, do it for like an hour, and that's cool. I really appreciate that. You know, you don't see that at all with modern talk shows.
Yeah, this is definitely heavily inspired by, it's of course like Johnny Carson. That's why the curtain is how it is.
There it is.
Multicolored curtain like Johnny. And then more modern, my favorite was Craig Ferguson.
If you've
ever watched
I've seen
him.
some clips, yeah. Isn't there a guy in a donkey suit?
Yeah.
That's all I know, really.
Yeah, and
his
sidekick is a robot skeleton.
Okay.
Like a puppet.
Do you watch any late night right now?
Not really. Sometimes I watch Conan.
Okay.
Sometimes
I listen to Conan's podcast. I think that's quite funny, a lot of insights. I'm watching Colbert tonight just because I love Andrew Yang. And Andrew Yang's on tonight. Are you familiar?
I know who that is.
Do you have any... Who are you interested in politically?
Andrew Yang?
He's the freedom dividend guy. He's the one who's kind of a meme, who's about universal basic income.
Well, I got a joke. I got a joke that maybe one person will...
Okay.
I don't know anything about him except his name is Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
But if he was Andrew Dice Yang, he would be, I'll give you $1,000 back. Get it? Oh. But yeah, nobody's going to get that.
Here's my thing about Andrew Dice Clay. My favorite thing ever is when you commented on his post for the Oscars.
Yes, and he responded.
I voted for you. That is so genius, because how would he know? He thinks you're an Academy member. That's great. I think only he would come up with that, in the fact that he responded.
I didn't even try to
it's golden.
make
it's
it
so
seem like I actually did.
And don't you have a VHS over there, I was noticing, too?
I have two. It's one of them's a stand-up set, and the other one is a movie he started.
I was going to say, because I think he's an actor, but doesn't he do, like, a character? He's kind of like,
Well, he has become his character. He is his character.
Gotcha. So far in. Performance art.
Yes, pretty much.
That's awesome.
I think
I appreciate that.
So, Dice...
Dice is the character.
A character.
Yep, okay.
He would do, and then was like, screw it, this kills every time. I'm just going to be Dice all the time. And then he was that on stage, and then when he was a superstar, he had to act that way, like, in public, if people ran into him.
Yeah. And
then it just became him. But I think he's having a...
Going back to the Elton John thing, though.
Uh-huh.
At a certain point, I think that's cool, but also it's like, not stepping outside your comfort zone. Like, once something's working, I think it takes a lot of guts to kind of be like, I'm sorry, Andrew, if you're watching. I think it takes a lot of guts to say, this is something that's crazy successful, Mm-hmm. I always don't respect the Seinfelds of the world, who did Seinfeld, and then they're like, I'm going to coast off this for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I love it when people can kind of really reinvent themselves and really do something new, and especially if something's really successful, say, well, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
well,
to say
someone like Andrew Dice Clay, like, that's his persona, and that's what he does in comedy, and he might act that way all the time pretty much, but he also is an actor.
Yeah.
So he does...
I haven't seen A Star is Born yet. Does he
you
play...
should.
Does he do some dramatic stuff in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does. He plays Lady Gaga's character's father.
Gotcha.
And I honestly... It's powerful.
If you were an Academy member, you would say you would have...
I would have brought that up at the table.
Okay.
I would have been like, okay, what about this? It's a long shot.
Yeah.
But what about Andrew Dice Clay from A Star is Born?
Who won for supporting actor last year?
I think it was Sam Elliott.
Was it?
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Sure.
I forget that stuff all the time.
Here's what it is. When the cameras turn on, I'm flustered. I had all these things I wanted to talk to you about.
Really?
I can't remember any of them.
Well, I'm not me unless the camera's on.
Really? So you're the opposite. When it turns on, you're like...
Well, I mean, people are watching me. I have to be.
Okay.
But beforehand, I'm nervous. I'm really not prepared. The skyline's not there tonight because the Locks is under construction and it's top secret. They wouldn't let us film.
It's baloney. No, man,
But I appreciate you dressed up.
Yeah.
You're the first person to dress up.
It's a little blood cargo-y, and I also thought, this is the Max Nelson program. You gotta get with the program. I watch all these talk shows, and I'm like, I could do that. They're all wearing a suit. What's up with that? I got something better.
Yeah, this is sort of the bad boy suit.
Red in the socks matches red here, but then also you got the brown and the... I think it's good.
Oh, I meant to tell you, your movie, your latest one, was Beatles themed, and this is an official Beatles tie.
That's great.
Good Morning by the Beatles, released in 1967.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so happy with
I wore this for you.
That's for me.
And also, I forgot, I have a tie tack. That's
a
real pearl. It's just a tack that goes on. And your band plays a song called Pearls.
That's our big crowd pleaser. That's the one at the end of the night. People are like, oh, we did an actual garden party the other day.
Okay.
The day before the show you saw. We did 2 shows back to back. That's why my voice is so up. And
okay.
Can I swear on this? Okay. I won't. I'm gonna bleep it out.
Yeah.
We did an actual garden party, and the only people who have been to a couple of our shows, the whole time they're yelling Pearls. That's all they want. I can't make this be my Dice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gotta step outside and write some other stuff. But,
something. So most people only know "Walk on the Wild Side" by Lou Reed.
Yeah.
And I heard a live performance he did of it, and he said, I will never get tired of playing this song. It's probably his most requested ever, probably the one he's played the most.
Yeah.
He said, I'll never get tired of playing this because it paid my rent for years.
Okay, but isn't Lou Reed he's the Velvet Underground guy, right?
Yeah.
People know the Velvet Underground.
Not really.
If Sunday morning, and,
If you brought up Walk on the Wild Side and that's all they knew.
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't know Velvet Underground.
Gotcha.
And people have probably heard Sweet Jane, but they wouldn't know it's by.
And they
The
know
Velvet
they know
Underground.
of Lou Reed. They know the Bowie connection and stuff. And
Yes.
they know that he was part of, a scene and stuff. But you're right. That's probably the one that people... That's the big hit.
Yeah.
That's the pearls, if you will.
But I found something out about pearls. You say you're like pearls in the ocean, right?
Yeah, it's pearls in the ocean. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a lot of those. I was realizing that. There's a lot of lyrics where it's like... I love songs like that. Like Oubla, Oubla Day, Oubla Da,
Yeah.
where they just don't have lyrics. It's great.
Yeah. But pearls, you would think they're so shiny, they look so smooth.
Yeah, they're just white,
But-
right?
If you rub one against your teeth, this is how you figure out if it's real. It's gritty. So pearls
Pearls.
only look smooth and polished, but they're not.
Is this a
I was
metaphor?
wondering if the song was a sort of metaphor like that, but you obviously had never heard this before.
I never heard this before. So here's the thing about lyrics. I don't think about them at all. I don't.
Oh, sort of a Nirvana approach.
So what we did with that song is Peter has a Pearl Jam poster in his wall,
Oh, okay.
and I said pearls, pearls, and then there was a poster of a soccer player, and I was like, if that guy had a name, it would be like Gregory Thomas. So that also worked it in. So I just mumble. We'll just be jamming, and I'll just mumble things. And that's usually how it comes about. Max, on the other hand, when he does his songs, he actually thinks about, and he's like, this song's about such and such, and I'm like, wow, that's probably how actual songwriters do it. We just, I heard a story though
Well,
about.
you can go half and half. Sort of.
I heard a story about Jack White that he does it as a trick, that he on the way to the recording studio, he will write down the lyrics. Like he does it every time just to see if he can.
Uh-huh.
I mean, say what you will about the White Stripes, the lyrics, they don't mean anything, like the hardest button to button, what does that mean?
It's usually the one on your cuff. It's so
that
hard to get to.
That one's pretty tough. That's probably what he was talking about. He was probably going on a Max Nelson program adjacent show, a late night type of program. And he was like,
My competition.
yeah, right. You should really, Jack White. Yeah, he made the wrong choice going on those other shows. He should be here right
Jack White, if you're watching,
now. You're calling
I'd be happy to have you.
You're calling everybody out. I've called out Andrew Dice Clay. Peter has gotten the shock of a lifetime. He's probably fainted at this point. He's so upset.
I don't know. There was no reason for me to do that there, but you brought up his name.
Right.
Thought I'd get it off.
Well, maybe he would have been thinking about it if he saw it, and he was like, "Well, why wouldn't we do the rest of that?"
Yeah. But the thing is, I think we've had a good conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the interview here, unless
Really?
there's
That's
anything.
the end?
I don't know.
That's fine.
When did we go on?
That is okay.
Do you want to keep going? Do you want to do a riddle?
100%. That is all right. It just went by so fast. I was surprised.
Yeah.
It went by very quickly.
I bought a clock so I
Okay.
can keep track.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at what time it was when we started.
Okay.
So
So
I
who's
have
to
no
say?
clue.
This could have been 20 minutes. It could have been an hour. I'm not sure.
Probably 2 hours.
I don't know.
Let's get
No, we could do a riddle, or we could call it a day. I just felt
we
like that went
are
by.
gonna do a riddle or two.
Okay. All right.
So these are visual riddles.
Oh, I'm terrible at these. Cinderella's glass slipper.
Yep,
Did it.
that's that one.
So are they usually difficult or?
Some of them, like this one's really easy here.
Red shirt, nice sun. What is this?
What is that? That sounds like something.
Jeez, I have no idea. The other one was so easy.
Rit, shirt, Nick.
Oh, Richard Nick. Oh my God, I feel dumb. Rich shirt, Nick's son.
Okay.
That's like when somebody tries to rhyme orange with something. It kind of works,
Yes.
but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it does.
And okay, so apparently you're no good at these.
Clearly.
But how about this one? Can you do this one?
You're a barrel of lips, kisses, barrel of kisses. You're a barrel of kisses.
No. What's the mouth doing?
You're a barrel of smiles.
Pretty close, I'd say.
You're a barrel of you're a barrel of laughs.
Well, thank you very much.
It's not laughing. This is not my fault. It's going.
Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm just gonna keep holding this.
Okay,
It's too late at this point. I can't let go.
And everybody
I'll
out there,
I'll let go.
remember.
Oh yeah, I got stuff to promote. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I say that first?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
we have a show.
This is the longest ending ever.
Yeah, it really has been. I've drawn this out to the peak.
Okay.
Okay, we have a show on July 19th at the Stoneway Cafe with King Sham and your downstairs
That's a cool
neighbors. A show on July 28th at Kenji's house. I don't know if you're invited.
Tell them.
I don't know if you're invited because you and Kenji have like a beef or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up.
I don't know,
Who's to
Kenji.
say? Kenji's. Hope to see you there. And then on August 8th, we have a show at the Cafe Racer. I'm trying to speed through this because you're saying it's a long ending.
I'll
Okay.
put it in slow motion.
And then Pulaski on YouTube and Ringo Finds an Egg.
Yes, you can find that. Studio Subtext.
Studio Subtext on YouTube.
I'll put all the links
Yeah.
in the description.
Absolutely.
I heard that's what you got to do.
You gotta put it in this picture.
So that's all
Thanks
going
a
in
lot.
there. Thanks for the performance. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for dressing up.
All right, cool.
Thanks for saying I'm a barrel of laughs. But
Okay, to be fair, this is hard. This is hard. This one is going. That's not a laugh.
okay, remember, you are who you are, not who you were. Good night. All right,
That was good.
Show.
We gotta figure out how long that was because I don't know.
This is a bit abrupt. I wish I had given you a little more warning. I wish I had remembered to say something at the top of the show. But this was the season 1 finale of the Max Nelson program. And it's going to be off the air indefinitely while I make the movie that me and Brendan were talking about during this episode. It's called New Sensations. It's something I've been working on for far longer than this show, and it's something I need to finish. So, I'll be back, okay? Indefinitely don't mean forever. And I don't know what's going to come out first, season 2 of the show or the movie, but I hope you're there to see both.